Hi, I'm Matt Lim. I'm a dietitian. I love to cook, I love to eat. And in this series I want to show you how you can have your cake and eat it too. There's a real need for focusing on the healthy aspects of food these days, because if we look at what's happened to our food supply, it's changed dramatically in the last few decades. If we look at what happens to a food, they add sodium, they remove potassium, they remove the fibre, they can remove antioxidants by taking off the skin or the peel, and they add synthetic ones back in. So I feel our food supply needs a real shake-up, and on this show I want to teach you how you can get the most out of your food with some simple, easy to prepare recipes, with some hints and tips, and of course my nutritional insight. I'm going to show you how you can get the most out of the food you eat. I'm going to make two recipes for you today. The first one is called char-grilled vegetables, but you don't have to cook it on a char grill. It can be in a pan, on the barbie, or in a roasting dish in the oven. This recipe is really interesting because not only is it jam-packed full of nutrients, but it highlights the way that you can cook to improve nutritional absorption, to improve their bioavailability. Let's have a look at the ingredients. The first ingredient in this recipe is tomatoes. You can use any sort of tomato, but I prefer to use really small, densely coloured ones. These are mini egg tomatoes, and they're really red, meaning they've got lots of carotenoid called lycopene. Lycopene is really good for your prostate. It's also very good for your cardiovascular system. It's a potent antioxidant. The next ingredient is red capsicum. It's loaded with carotenoids just like the tomato, and when it hits that pan, the sweetness in it will caramelise and develop a beautiful, robust, smoky flavour. Green zucchinis are a great source of soluble type fibre. Soluble fibre travels through the gut, binding to toxins and cholesterol, and carries it out of your body. Asparagus is really good in this recipe. It develops a nice smoky flavour, and you know what? It's loaded with folic acid. Swiss brown mushrooms, they're loaded with vitamin B12, but you know what? The B12 is not from the mushroom, as is commonly believed. It's from the microorganisms on the mushroom. It goes really well in this dish. This red onion has got loads of flavonoids. You can tell that by its colour. It's deep purple, and this will add a lot of nutritional value to the dish. Of course, I'm going to add some garlic. Garlic stimulates your immunity, protects your cardiovascular system, and also provides food for good gut bacteria in your gastrointestinal tract, thus helping to maintain healthy flora and healthy balance. Thyme also helps to promote healthy bacterial flora in your gut. It's also loaded with antioxidants. It's a great addition to this dish. Parsley is a bitter herb, and that's really important because we don't take in enough bitter substances today. It's mostly salty and sweet. It will stimulate digestion, and in this recipe I'm going to add it right at the end to take advantage of its high vitamin C content. To dress this warm salad, I've got extra virgin olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Extra virgin olive oil is loaded with antioxidants, and its monounsaturated fats will help reduce your cholesterol level. And as I'm cooking the capsicum and the tomatoes in the oil, I'm actually going to liberate that antioxidant from within the cell wall. The cell wall is actually not digestible in humans, and so by cooking it, I'm breaking it down, I'm liberating that antioxidant so that you can get more into your bloodstream where it can start to act and protect you. By cooking this capsicum in oil and breaking down the cell wall, I'm actually making it better for you because the carotenoid in there, lycopene, is going to be much better absorbed by your body and get into your bloodstream where it can help to protect you against cardiovascular diseases, cancers and diabetes. So now I'm going to put all the other vegetables in with the exception of the garlic and tomatoes. I don't want to add the garlic now because it's going to burn. It's got a lot of sugar in it and I don't want it to become bitter, as it can do. So I'll just pop them all in. You'll notice I've chopped them relatively coarsely, but that's good. In this dish, they take a lot of heat from the pan, and you don't want them breaking up and losing their individual character. Don't flip this too often because what will happen is that you won't get beautiful caramelised surfaces. So every minute or so, just give it a bit of a swirl, give it a bit of a toss and see how those vegetables are going. You can see nice bits of caramelisation. The onion, the capsicum, and now a little bit on the zucchini. I'm going to add a little bit of salt now. Put some nice Murray River pink salt. This will help to draw water out of the vegetables and concentrate their flavour. Keep in mind, I've only added a small amount of sodium. There's actually heaps of potassium in these vegetables, and that ratio is really important in today's society because most of the food we eat has got more sodium and much less potassium. Okay, so I'm going to add my tomatoes, and you can see I've only chopped them in half. They'll break down naturally because they're quite soft. I'm putting in the garlic now too, and over this high heat, tomatoes will start to break down and the garlic will become caramelised and nice and sweet. Okay, this is looking beautiful. Everything's really nicely caramelised, and I'm going to add the thyme now. Not the parsley though, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Just going to add some balsamic vinegar now. One last toss. There we go. Turn it off. At this point in time, it's safe to add parsley. Now, if you're a vegetarian and you want to have this as a main meal, all you need to do is add some chickpeas and possibly some cheese. But by using the parsley right at the end and preserving its vitamin C content, that is vital to be able to absorb the non-heme iron found in those chickpeas and in fact from other legumes as well. So what we've got here is a really quick and easy meal. It happens to be really nutritious as well. It can be an accompaniment to a steak or other type of meat, but as easily it can be a vegetarian meal with the addition of some chickpeas and or a cheese like feta or halloumi. And remember, by cooking those carotenoid-rich capsicums and tomatoes, I've actually made the lycopene in them much more absorbable by your body, hence giving you much greater nutritional benefit.